Hello, I am Dr. McCartney. I'm a chartered psychologist in the UK, and I'm here to tell you everything you need to know about the narcissist in your life and what you can do about them. In today's video, I'm going to look at 5 different things that a narcissist might typically say when they are confronted with somebody that they have potentially let down. Before I start, if I could get you to subscribe, like, share, whatever, that'd be really fantastic. Make some comments, that'd be really brilliant. And stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to give you a couple of little extra tips that will help you in your everyday, here and now, surviving the narcissist. Okay, so scenario number 1. When a narcissist is caught lying. Now, this could be anything. They could be lying about finances. They could be lying about whether they've done the shopping, whether they've lied about big things like, what they've done in their past life, in their work or whatever. If you catch them lying, the first thing that they're going to do is deny, because that is top of a narcissist's handbook in this situation. They will confuse the facts. They will tell you that you didn't quite understand. Oh, and that thing that they said that they did, that they're now saying that they didn't do, that's actually on you for not actually understanding that. So they will try and confuse the facts. And, there's that saying, isn't there, when you're in a hole, stop digging. But a narcissist never know the end of the digging that they can do in their holes. So don't go there with them. Don't go down, sorry to use a metaphor about a hole again. Don't go down that particular rabbit hole with them, because it, like a rabbit hole, is just a maze of warrens and twists and turns, and you don't know where you are. You don't know if you're upside down, inside out, or whatever. And that's exactly where a narcissist will want you to be, because if you're confused and bamboozled by the whole situation, then that means they don't have to try too hard, or you actually believe what they have to say, because ultimately the world ought to believe what I have to say, because I don't recognise that I'm the narcissist, but I am that important, that self-important and person to be admired and respected, because that's what narcissists are about. It's all about the ego. It's all about the ego with them. So what happens when a narcissist, you've arranged a time, a meeting, a date perhaps with them, and they just don't show up, or if they show up late? The first thing they'll say is, you got it wrong. Even though, say, you've gone to the date to, the cinema, to the pictures, and it's showing at a certain time, they'll tell you that it is ultimately everybody else's fault but them. Oh, the viewing times changed. They didn't tell me. I had a look once and it said 7 o'clock, and you're now telling me it was 6 o'clock. And that was never the case. But to them, they will do their best to again confuse the situation, and it'll be your fault for not mind reading them being late. Well, you know what I'm like. I'm a terribly important person. The fact that I may have turned up on time would only have been to your benefit. So again, don't go there with them and expect them to let you down. Narcissists being narcissists, that's what they will do. That is kind of like their, not exactly reason for being, but it's just an added bonus. So don't, manage your expectations with them. And if they do let you down continually, then there has to be consequences to that. That's the most important thing, that they may be telling you something, but it's really important that they understand there's consequences. And the consequences might be that it's the end of that relationship. You're out of there. You're not going to put up with that, because do narcissists change? It's a really often asked question, and one that, as mental health professionals, we'd really love to say, yes, of course they can change. Of course they can see the error of their ways. Rarely. It does happen, but it's rarely. So, letting the narcissist know that there are consequences for their actions is no bad thing, but don't spend too much time and energy on it, because, again, you're just going to be going round in circles. Now, when it comes to money, what narcissists like to say about money, they're notoriously bad with money. They like the money, but then at the same time, when they haven't got the money or the wherewithal, the responsibilities to make that money, one little thing about narcissists, they love, a bit like misery, that saying, misery loves company. Narcissists, it's kind of like, no, money loves company. Now, if you've got money and I haven't got money, I'm the narcissist, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that you're like me and you don't have money. And it's a bit of a conflict for them situation as well, because, of course, narcissists are very vain people. They like everything that goes with having the money, even though it might not be their money, it's your money. They like everything that goes along with that. So it can sometimes get a little bit conflictual with them about money. So top tip here, never lend money to a narcissist. Never ever lend money to a narcissist, because you're likely not to see it back. And also they will just kind of go, well, it was a loan. No, you gave me that money. That was the understanding. Was there anything written down? And make sure you keep boundaries, because often I've had people in my counselling office that have, they've lent money to people and they've expected it back, and they've had to make up for not getting the money back. Don't go there again. Learn by your mistakes. And I'm kind of hesitant to use that, because it's not your mistake, it's their mistake, but your mistake for kind of, doing it again. So please really be careful. And narcissists, often when it comes to finances and money, they're terrible with it. And they might kind of go, oh, will you sort me out? Again, another thing, these are adult people. They should be able to sort themselves out. And if they can't, there's something wrong with them. And it's not your job to do that. You may be in a relationship with a narcissist that actually, to begin with, they were quite good with money. They just really had to try really, really hard, and the old habits will come out, the old habits of debt. Narcissists are often people that have a lot of debt. So just be very, very careful and keep boundaries. So don't lend money, and keep boundaries, and don't get dragged into their money problems. Now, other people, what will narcissists say about other people? They see you and others as purely a transaction for them. What can you do for me? Now, this may be people that they are related to. This may be people that they are social with, or that they're in a relationship with. What can you do for the narcissist? Because that's what you're there for. You're there for them. Now, when it comes to that, recognise that. It's really important that you recognise that. Don't get in a situation where you may have a narcissist telling you, remember the drama triangle, they're at the bottom being the victim, somebody's persecuting them, and you might be put in the role of rescuer. Don't go there, because it will be potentially financially, emotionally, psychologically not good for you. They will just use what they need from you and then move on. It might be with you to another situation, or it might be without you with somebody else in another situation. They will just use you. Remember, people are transactions as far as they're concerned. And when they're not getting their own way, this is where, narcissists, they feel that they're not getting their own way about something. They can turn into monumental creeps, and they'll love bomb you again. Remember that first stage of the relationship where you had everything in common and nothing could drive you apart, and it's just you and me, babe, against the world. They'll go back to that. They'll start actually ironically spending the money that they don't have on you, because they want a reward. They want a return on the investment that is you. So if they're not getting their own way, that's often what they will do. So just be aware of it, okay? Be aware of it. You've been in a relationship with this person for some time now. Know the signs, and just talk to somebody. Now, I was going to give you some tips at the end about narcissists. Often one of the good tips about that I can give you about people, when they're in a relationship with narcissists, write stuff down, because all the time it's in here, you then potentially could start doubting yourself. You could actually start thinking, oh, did I say that? Did he say to me at that time? I can't remember. Having it written down is really important, because you can just refer to it. You may have a text conversation from a narcissist, say, to the beginning point where you've said, oh, I'll meet you at 7:00. And you can actually show that narcissist that's what they said on your phone. They'll have an excuse for that. I didn't mean that. I may have actually written down something. I meant to press 8:00 instead, or whatever. There'll always be an excuse for them not to do the thing that they don't want to do. That's just classic narcissist. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've got some value out of this. If you have, please subscribe, please like, please comment. That would just be really fantastic and great. I will see you next time. And until then, please do take care.